right, I'm going to turn you into the very capable hands of Alicia. Thank you.
Yay. Well, thank you. Good to see everybody. Going to talk to you again today about a third-party vendor that IU subscribes to. And this tool is called Pivot. Um, we use it to find funding opportunities, mostly for faculty, but there are opportunities in here for grad students and undergraduate students. As long as you are with IU, this system is available for you. So once we go through the tool, I would encourage you, if you happen to be sitting someplace where you've got two screens where you can kind of watch the walkthrough and register yourself. If not, I'm very confident you all can figure it out. Um, But yes, there's absolutely no reason for everybody not to know about the tool, okay? So I'm going to do a little walkthrough share of my screen. First thing I want to do though, I'm going to put a link in the chat so you can see where I'm going and follow with me along if you want, or just eat your lunch and watch the show. Um, so we'll talk a little bit about funding for you, okay? Um, Again, if you are not familiar with Pivot, then you probably don't have an account, and you can create an account. If you go to the link I put in the chat, that's pivot.proquest.com, there will be a link on there for you to create an account. Again, 100% free to you. So I would encourage you to create the account. Any funding opportunities that we're going to see, and I've got one I want you guys to set up, you will get an email once a week. That's all. And it usually comes out late Sunday or Monday. And then all the funding opportunities I'm going to talk to you about will come to your email inbox. If you don't want to get an email, you don't have to. You can go to Pivot anytime and take a look yourself. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. And I always have to make sure I'm on the right sharing option. Okay, so this is Pivot. And you know you're in Pivot when you see the Indiana University up here on the left. So I'm already logged in, obviously, as the admin. I see a lot more things than you do, but somewhere in the middle here, where it's got my name, you'll see something that says create an account. Okay. And if you guys could help me out with if somebody puts something in the chat, because I'm horrible at watching those.
I got you. It's just
So
me. It's just me.
thank
I'm making
you.
comments. I told
Okay.
everybody I would bookmark it also. Bookmark the
Thank
link.
you. Thank you. Um, you can go ahead and just like most sites, when you go to register, it will send you an email confirmation. If you're doing that right now, or when you do it, and if you don't get that confirmation in a couple of minutes, check your junk email folder, okay? Because sometimes it likes to go over there. But once you get registered in an account, you will see your name up at the top right, and then somewhere down in the middle as well, okay? So once you create your account, and like I keep stressing, as long as you're at IU, this is free to use, so please use it. You can go to Pivot anytime, anywhere you can get to the web. So it will be just like logging into any other web account. So you'll be able to access that from anywhere. There are some things you can see if you don't create an account and you're on an IU computer, but you won't be able to save anything unless you create an account. Okay. So once you do this, I want to run through a couple of things with you. When you create that account, it might ask you if you want to claim a profile. Don't worry about that right now. That's mostly for the faculty. Um, if you think you're going to be here for a few more years, it might be worth it to do it. But honestly, there's not going to be a lot of information you have at this point that would go on that profile. Um, the profile does help in funding results, but you really need to have some more content to go on it. Like if you have an orchid with some information on your orchid, Pivot will upload that. So that's kind of cool. Okay, create your account, get in the system. Don't worry about a profile right now. All right. On your screen, once you get logged in, down at the bottom left someplace, you're going to see some information. I want to come over to the right-hand side, tips and resources. If you have any question, email us at ORD. I get that email. The other part is that Pivot has their own wonderful YouTube channel and all those kind of resources to help you, which are way better than anything I could create. So I am pretty confident as well that you guys are all really good data miners and know how to go in and search for things. So please help yourself in Pivot when you do that. You can't break it. It's okay. Go in there and search. For example, the screen you're seeing, the first one that come up is search for funding. So you could put in a search word like diabetes, or if you wanted to do the kind of searching with two words, like you would put them in quotations, like artificial intelligence, that kind of thing. So it's the same kind of funding or search mechanisms you'll find on most web pages, okay? One thing that I can do as the admin for all of IU for Pivot is I can share some of my funding opportunities with you all. And down at the bottom left-hand side on the screen, there's a thing called the curated ops. So you can do a couple of things when you go to Pivot. Like I said, you can do some searching on your own, or you can go down to the curated ops where I have quite a few, but I do have one curated ops for graduate students. So when you go to the curated ops link at the bottom left, you might see a little menu down here. So if it's not the first one, find grad students down here and click on it. And then that curated search will come up. So one other thing with Pivot, Pivot is a worldwide database. You will see funding opportunities in here from countries and agencies all around the world. You will see opportunities where you must be a certain citizenship, or the work will be done in Canada, or something like that. So these are all things to watch for. Don't assume that something is coming up and it looks like, as some I'm seeing here, that the agency might be in France. Don't automatically assume you're not eligible for it, okay? So just know that that's out there as well. So a lot of information on here. Since all of you are from so many disciplines, I have set up my graduate student search to be very broad. So you will see opportunities in here that are not your field. You will see opportunities in here that you might think, well, I don't know if I qualify for that or not. So you can open it and take a look. But just know that to get everything started, I have a very broad search for graduate students, okay? You can do everything I have done so far once you get your account set up. Now, I'm going to show you how to save my search on your pivot search. Okay. Yes, you can always come in here and look, but if you save it as I'm going to show you, then it will go automatically to you. Okay. So above the header here, there's a box here that says view as search. So I'm going to click on the view as search. And now you are seeing how I set up my search. So again, I have it very, very broad that this is for graduate students. And we are in the United States or Indiana if the agency has specified. If not, unrestricted or unspecified. So that's what I have used to narrow it down so far. Always have fear of missing out, right? If I make it too narrow, I could leave some things out. So, but as I said, I have all the confidence in the world of you all searching and being able to narrow down results. Okay. So if you want this search saved on your Pivot account, you can go here in the middle. See, it says advanced search, saved search, or refined search. You can go in the middle and click save search, name it whatever you want, and now it will be new on your search. So this is how I'm sharing my exact search with you all. Okay. And the checkbox, you're going to get a weekly email. Okay. I don't need to do that, but this is one way that you can actually take the searches I've made and put them on your own so that you will get that weekly email. Let me show you what some of the results look like in Pivot. Okay. So on my search for graduate students here in Indiana or the United States, you get a couple of results right away. Pivot will give us what is new in the last week. First time something's been posted. And it gives us everything it still has in the system. So 5,400 results is a lot, and I wouldn't expect anybody to go digging through those. So I'll show you how we can narrow some things down already. Okay. On the left-hand side is a summary column, and it represents everything that you see in these 5,400 results. You can click on show me everything that was posted in the last 30 days or 14 days or 7 days. You can do that. Submission type, limited submissions or other internal coordination. Okay, while I have you, if you see an opportunity in Pivot and it says that it is limited or some kind of requirement where we can only send so many applications, then you need to get with your school department or something, because at your level, they have a better idea of how many students are going to apply to the same opportunity. And if that opportunity has said, hey, that's great, but we only want to see 2 from all of IU, then we have to help, and your school would have to help make sure that we don't go over that amount. Because if they say we can only send 2 and we send 3, we're in jeopardy of all 3 of them getting thrown out. So at the faculty level for research grants, we have a person, that's her only job. Okay, that's how important it is at that level. So just be aware of that. If you're not sure, hey, shoot me an email. I'm there on the front of Pivot, or Tabitha knows how to get me. If you're not sure, okay? All right. Deadline. One other great thing that Pivot does is it gives you an anticipated heads up on a due date. Now, all the ones that are confirmed are definite that that funding agency is going to have that opportunity, and here's the deadline. Having something in anticipated status gives you the ability to track it in Pivot if you want. And then the next time Pivot updates it, you'll get a separate email. I do that, and then 6 months later, I get an email. I completely forgot I was tracking that. So it's a good tool to have in here. Funding type. Okay, here we go. What do you want the money for? Everything from scholarships, research, prizes, fellowships, conferences, travel, dissertation and publishing, all of these things. So within these 5,400 results, I could click on this and go right to the 329 that have funding for dissertation or thesis. So you could narrow down within the big list, okay? Funder type. So what kind of agency is this? There are some folks that don't want certain kind of funding. I don't want federal government funding. It's too many hoops to jump through, or I would rather, I just want to go look for some private foundation funding. So you can narrow it down that way as well. Okay. Applicant type, we are an academic institution. So that's how we get some of these results. And career stage. So all of the ones that we have on here, since I have set it up for graduate students, everything is for a grad student at least. And the other fields you see on here, this opportunity is available to them as well. Okay. Some of the top keywords, and again, these are very broad. Currency, language, the country of the funder. Worldwide database. Lots of information in here, okay? All right, phew. So that's a little bit about what the search results will look like. Now I'm going to open one of the opportunities and kind of walk you through a little bit of what you're seeing. So here we have the name of the opportunity and who the agency is, the deadline. So some of these are coming up very quickly. And this one happens to be anticipated. So Boone County Foundation has not updated this yet. So you can see the differences on here, and then also the amount. C record usually means maybe there's more than one category or something, or they'll put the amount right out here. So you never know what's happening on these. Here's a Crest Fellowship, $8,000. Who could use $8,000 besides me, right? Let me go ahead and open this one. All right, so here's what the actual opportunities look like. Here's the name of the opportunity. Every funding opportunity in Pivot has its own ID number. So if you happen to be tracking these things, if you're a nerd like me and you make a spreadsheet for everything, and maybe you want to put the number in a spreadsheet, this was under the fellowship or postdoc award category. And this was last published last October. Okay. All of these opportunities are going to have a link back to the website of the funding agency. So you'll be able to go right there from Pivot. This is a professional society. Country of Funder, Italy. I'm going. Here's the amount. So it will give you a little bit of information here. We are an academic institution, graduate student, pre-doc. Application, institution, location, United States or unrestricted. So they don't care where we are, but the activity location is in Italy. So just know that, okay? So they give you an abstract and eligibility section, a brief overview. So this one's doing archival research in Italy. And as someone who a few years ago had the ability to go to Italy and I went to Pompeii, let me tell you how cool that is. I couldn't believe it. Very cool. Eligibility. Now here's where you need to pay very close attention and also go to the agency's website. You must be either American citizen or enrolled in graduate programs, blah, 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 okay? Make sure you're very clear on if you are eligible, right? Here are some keywords that describe what's happening with this opportunity. And of course, like everybody else, Pivot had to throw in some AI stuff now. Just a little more information about this. And then again at the bottom, due dates. So this is due anticipated in June, which will be here before you know it. If this is something you're interested in, my liberal arts people, you might want to track this. So you scroll back up to the top of your opportunity and this link right here that says track. And so what this will do is put this opportunity on the front page of your Pivot account. And since this deadline's coming up, if something changes on it, that way you won't miss that, okay? Share. If you're working with a team or some other folks and you want them to know about it, you can hit the share button right in their email. They don't have to be in Pivot, and send them a message, and you can email them right from inside Pivot. And I believe you will be able to see this opportunity from that email for a couple of weeks, about 14 days, I think, okay? If you are ever not sure, make sure you go to the funders webpage, read the eligibility and the guidelines for what this is about 2 or 3 times. And if you still have a question, you can always contact the agency, because these folks have grant geeks just like me waiting to talk to people who want to apply to their programs, okay? But please make sure you read their webpage front and back. If you're not sure, ask somebody else. I'm not sure this applies to me. Who can I, somebody read this for me, right? So those are some of the things that you can see inside these Pivot opportunities, okay? I'm going to go back to my home page. So that is how you guys can start your own account free. Go to the curated ops at the bottom left, find the grad student opportunities, open it as a search and save it for yourself. Or you can go to that and open it anytime like I just showed you, okay? You can also, as I said before, go right to the first search box you see, type in a term, and do a search right from here, okay? I haven't put in anything else, no other parameters except the word diabetes, right? So this is what we get. And again, you can look at what you want to see from here by sorting through here, by the relevance or the title, or down the left-hand summary column to be able to go quickly to some of these. So a career stage,
Alicia,
graduate student. Yeah.
we got a question in the chat that
Oh,
I'd love for you to address. Um, is every
uh,
opportunity vetted for legitimacy before added to Pivot? So are these legit opportunities or are these folks trying to scam us?
it is legit. I mean, Pivot is an entire company that has room full of people that search these things. Um, Having said that, should you ever find something that you think is not legit, please let me know. Most of these opportunities you'll see are from agencies with .com, .gov, .org, those types of things. So yeah, I get it, Sarah. I mean, I'd be watching too. But to my knowledge, everything on here is pretty legit. Okay. Um, oh yeah, so you can go back here and like I said, all I put in was diabetes and there are 319 results. I'm going to go over here and click on my grad students. And now it's going to take me quickly to the 63 of those 319 that grad students are able to apply for. Okay. The searching I just did that I just showed you guys, once you create an account, you can go in and do that all day long. So you can put in any kind of information you want, any other types of keywords. You can set up your own search. On the front page here, search for funding, the big box, the one down here that says advanced search. If you click on that, this is the palette that we see when we open those funding opportunities, right? Here's the funder, amount, deadline, limited submission, all of that. The keywords that Pivot uses, and again, I know you guys know how to keyword search. You can start putting it in the box, or might be a little hard to see, but Pivot has like 12 major folders. And just like anything else, if you click on the folder arrow to the left, it'll expand and open all these other folders. Again, be careful. You click on a folder, you're going to get everything. Okay. So healthcare, we could keep opening all of these things about healthcare. Let me just pick the whole folder and show you. Career stage, healthcare for graduate students, and that's all I'm putting in. Hit my blue search box, 693. But again, I chose no country, I chose nothing else. But this is just a good way for y'all to go in and just start doing your own data mining and looking around and what are the things I'm interested in. And again, for where you all are, you might be doing your grad work here and then you're going to go overseas or go on to, get your doctorate somewhere, but not in Indiana. So as long as they've got Pivot wherever you go to, you can still search from there. Okay. But this is just an overview again of the searching. I just wanted to make you guys aware that this is available to you. All the searching videos, the YouTube channels down here, just go take a look at those. And again, I'm happy to help anybody. Send me an email. Remind me how I know you, so I know what we were talking about. And then I'm happy to help you set up some alerts or anything. So, um, Any other questions before I stop sharing? I know you guys are just overloaded.
Yeah, so I had a question or something that I was curious and want you to maybe mention too, is I know that there's also a way for my students who are thinking about and looking for committee members or collaborators
Mm,
on the research. There's also
yep,
a way that Pivot can help them find folks, right, that have similar
yep,
interests. Well,
yep.
mhm.
Yes. Thank you, doctor. Across the top, you'll see a link that says profiles. So if you click on profiles, this is going to be a list of all of the faculty at IU. Previously, each campus had their own pivot page, and we went through a massive combination last year. So now you would be able to find a faculty member on any campus by putting in a couple of search terms. Um, I have to say it's dependent on my faculty people keeping their personal page updated, but there will still be a lot of information in here to be able to find folks in your area. So if I type in artificial intelligence, I'm looking for potential mentors in artificial intelligence, and I hit the search button, 382. So don't freak out about that yet. Again, same kind of filtering on the left-hand side. So these are all at IU, and you could filter down by the different types of disciplines. Okay, who's doing artificial intelligence that has something to do in the health field? Okay, so you could click on all of the allied health people and see them. Applied sciences, some of the things you automatically think, well, yeah, there'll be a lot of people there. But, oh, look, humanities, there's 29. I'm going to click on the humanities. Are you thinking? Nope, oh, nope, the whole thing. And maybe I'll find somebody in philosophy. Come on. Okay, we're not doing that today. But that's a way to be able to
Do you
go
have to
in.
click
Oh, wait.
apply filters too? Oh, there
Oh,
it is. Here it
probably.
comes. Here it comes.
There we go. Thank you. I haven't done that for a while. So here are the folks that somewhere in their profile on Pivot, which could be either from their web page or maybe some external grants, something in there is associated with artificial intelligence. Okay. So that's one way to do that. I'm going to clear that field. So yes, there is a way to go in and look at some of the profiles of the faculty members at IU. And, you know, that's part of my job is to try to keep these guys up to date. It's herding cats. So best we can think of. Can you go to Google? Sure. But at least here, when we're talking about the question of are these, legit people, you can always go in there and look around and know that they're at IU, and be able to see some of the information we have in the system about them. So thank you, Tabitha, for that. All right. Anybody else? We're good. Yeah.
What questions do you have? You can unmute yourself or drop them in the chat.
Yes, you can, Natasha. You sure can. Look for funding, look for mentors. One other thing I'll also point out to y'all, across the top here, you see this tab that says conferences. In the last couple of years, Pivot has started listing a bunch of conferences if you're looking for places to go present your work. besides some of the usual ones that folks in your discipline will tell you. So you can browse by a subject. So if you're in any of these particular areas, and of course, a lot of them are like, there's a ton of them, but some of the other ones might be, let me look at this library science. So kind of looks like the other result pages we've seen, but this will tell you the name of the conference and when it is. If you want to submit an abstract, what's the due date for the abstract? And so this is kind of a neat thing if people aren't sure, or if you are looking at maybe going two different directions with your career. How can I be multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary kind of things? Where else can I go present? So this is a really good tool to use when you're starting out, to even know how to go through the process of submitting and getting to present at a conference, right, Tabitha? I mean, that's a whole thing right there. So that's kind of a neat thing. Don't worry about the grants and the news stuff. Um, so, yep, look for funding, look for a mentor, look for a conference. And all of this is free to you guys right now.
I
So,
love that it is free and it's a free opportunity.
yep,
It
yeah.
seems like the whole discipline of education is missing from conferences. Maybe that's some feedback we can give folks, the folks at Pivot, to add those education conferences. But we
Yeah,
know
I
that they exist.
saw, I'm scrolling down. Yeah, and some of that is, education as its own discipline and education within the disciplines of all the other things you've seen. Um, yeah, it's hard to get too specific on some of those. Uh, that same kind of philosophy and keywords, looking for funding and that kind of thing. Start broader and then narrow down, because I hate for folks to miss something, right? So that's why I have a lot of things very broad to start with. Um, so yeah, there you go. If you need any other help getting registered, and again, if you have other friends at IU and you want them to know where you're looking for funding or not, keep the money to yourself. Um, let them know about Pivot as well. And anytime, Tabitha, I'm happy to come back or do another session. I know it's kind of a little bit overwhelming in the beginning, but hey, it's like I tell the faculty, looking for funding is a job, and you need to put yourself on your calendar. Okay. Every Monday at 10 a.m., after I get my pivot alerts, I'm going to sit down for 30 minutes and look through some funding.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that I had a question in the chat that's coming from Ernest. Though some of the
Hmm.
funds are for graduate students, is there a limitation on the nationality of people who can apply? How do we filter that in the search?
Yeah. Yes, Ernest, you can certainly search by that as well. Um, a lot of times on the very first page we saw citizenship said unrestricted or United States. There is a drop-down menu if you want to create a search where you can put in your citizenship. Um, and then just make sure you also don't exclude, if the funder doesn't specify. So there is a way to do that. If it's a type of program that you see that it looks really good, but you can't apply for it, maybe someone else can, and you guys can be together on a team or something. So don't automatically just rule those out in your mind. Um, so especially if you're looking for a research project, not just, individual. And if you're not sure, always go to that agency's website and check.
Yeah, and you can reach out to the people that are under that contact us if you are thinking about your eligibility and whether you're eligible for an award. I would definitely like reach out to those folks and they can share it with you if you are eligible also. Now, the other
Yeah.
thing I'll mention really quickly is that I had
Mhm.
as a grad student, I had multiple searches, right? So I had a search for my research, and maybe two or three searches for my research. I had a personal one as a grad student. I had a search for dissertation fellowships. I had searches for early faculty fellowships. So all of the different things, and you can do multiple searches, and have them sent to you on a weekly basis. I think there might also be an option for daily or monthly basis too. So,
Uh,
so check that out as well.
yeah, just weekly is all you need so you
Oh,
don't
is
get
that
bombarded.
it?
But having said that, Pivot updates every day. You can go in and look anytime you like. So on the bottom left-hand corner where I was showing where it says curated opportunities, above that will be saved searches. So if you actually go in and save something, that's how you can get to it whenever you want. So
Yeah, so this may be an opportunity for you not only fund yourself now, but also even beyond now if you learn of opportunities. So that's really kind of cool.
yeah.
So my hope is that you guys will take some time, if you haven't already done that and aren't doing that now during this session, to go ahead and set up your pivot profiles and also multiple searches so that you can find some of the things that you need. So I'm gonna have Sham drop into the chat a link for our evaluation. Do please fill that out for us so that you can share with us your thoughts on this session. And before we go, can you also just drop a line in the session in the chat? Let us know of one takeaway, one thing that you've found out or learned during this session. Drop it in the chat.
And just remind you guys that on the page, bottom right, the YouTube channel, take a look at those. Very easy to set up. And if any of you are getting together in person, like Tabitha said, I'm down the hall from her in the library. If you guys ever went together, come bring your laptop. We'll sit down and we'll walk through everything again with you. Really hope that everybody can take advantage of the tool. It's not just for the faculty. So,
So glad you guys were able to learn more about Pivot. I know some of you had never heard of it before, so excited that you guys were able to learn all of that.
yeah. All
I
right.
already saved grad students, so that's great.
Look, Sarah's on top of it. All right.
I agree, Emmanuel. That we should introduce folks to Pivot at orientation. So take that back to your
Yep.
schools, and I'll take that
Yep.
one. I'll take
Yep.
that one as well.
All right, guys, you know how to find me. Thanks so much. Good luck to you all in your careers. And if you guys need anything, reach out.
Thanks, everybody. This is recorded, so we will post it to our YouTube page once we do a little editing. Thanks, Alicia,
Okay.
so much. We appreciate you.
You're welcome, guys. We'll see you.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.